Hello and welcome to Cthulhu Customs. My name is Seth and today we're going to be getting ready to get started on the bodywork. So you remember when I said this?
And the rear quarter, we'll talk about that one later.
Yeah, so now is later. We're going to start the bodywork off by getting the rear quarter panel replaced. That includes getting everything chopped out, welding it all back together, and then painting and covering it. So it's good to go for later. So with all that said, let's get to it. To kick off the bodywork, I wanted to start with the rear quarter panel. In order to get all of that removed, I started grinding everything down in order for the plasma cutter that I was going to use to be able to cut all the way through and get a good electrical connection. As I was sanding through that, I noticed that there is probably a good inch to a half inch of Bondo that was caked on that quarter panel. So as I was grinding everything off, I was like, oh boy, we're getting into some fun stuff here. Once I got everything sanded down enough, I took the plasma cutter and I was able to cut off the rear, the taillight cover, and moved on to the rear quarter itself. And when I pulled everything off, I noticed that the fender well itself was kind of flaked up and busted. So while I had everything ripped out, might as well go ahead and cut that out too and get it replaced so I don't have to worry about that later down the road. Once I got all that cut out, I was able to clean it all up with what is called a band file that I got. Cleaned up all the edges, made sure all of my sharp corners were rounded so that the body panel could fit nicely. Was able to put it in, and here are some of my welds. Don't judge. This is my probably second time in my life welding. I'm pretty happy with it, and it is very sturdy. You can do the monkey shake test, and it is not going anywhere. After of which, I got everything cleaned up the next morning, and it was ready to move on to actually putting on the bodywork.
So at this point, we're pretty much caught up to where we are in the build today. Everything else prior was stuff we were taking pictures of that I was going to show later, but I wanted to get real video coverage, so now we're going to have everything updated live. So you're going to get a lot more of me, a lot more Sparks, and a lot more of this grumpy old man, Bruce.